All right, cameras on. So thank you everyone for participating in the morning seminar of Longsword. Just for the camera, hi everyone, icebreaker judge training. So in the morning we talked about individual fencing skills with the concept of the longsword, concept of taking and gaining control of the opponent's sword. And we're going to transition into our afternoon sessions, which are all going to be focused on judging. And understanding mechanics of judging. And they do kind of pair together because being able to understand the concept of gaining control of an opponent's sword and recognizing when people are trying to do that versus not is actually a component that is part of judging, being able to read fencers' actions and their intentions as they're trying to do stuff. So I'm the lead judge for Icebreaker. I oversee our judge trainings. We had more than 50 volunteers involved in some kind of judging at our last event. And the way we got people to be proficient and we got good reviews last year was by running organized, drill-based, game-based judge trainings. And the reason why that's successful is because we have adopted a mindset that judging, like fencing, is a set of technical skills that can be trained. There are certain people who are inherently good at judging or better at judging and people who are not as good, but it's a disservice to people who have to officiate. And it's a disservice to our sport to take someone being like, oh, you're not fencing, go judge. Well, I don't know what to look for. I don't know what are the rules, all this kind of stuff. And if we take our understanding of judging and officiating more seriously, then our sport gets taken more seriously. We have better times at tournaments, and also our scholarship of fencing grows. So what I'm doing today is we're giving a live class, but I'm also using this as an opportunity to show and get video footage of some of the drills and games that we use to isolate those skills in judging so that people can actually work on those sets of skills. Sound good? Okay. My current iteration of explaining judging, which is very subject to change, I define judging as a set of 3 different types of skills. The first is the technical skills of like, are you doing the mechanics properly? Are you watching the correct way? Are you declaring points and actions in a particular set of mechanics properly? Just like with fencing, a mechanic of like, are you throwing an overhow correctly? The second set of mechanics is being able to interpret and understand what fencers are doing. And that's different from like, oh, I'm making sure I'm rotating as they're rotating. It's like, oh, I understand that this person is trying to hit and ignoring their own safety, or being able to interpret what's going on. Or I know that they tried to land that overhow, but they landed flat, therefore I should not acknowledge it. That interpretation, just like when we fence, we want to understand and interpret what our opponent is doing in real time so we can do the correct action or counteraction. And the third set of skills is kind of the like people management and maintaining composure set of families of skills. So what happens when somebody uses excessive force? What happens when tensions are high? What happens when somebody is disrespectful? How do you lay down the law, but also how do you establish rapport and how do you work on certain things like that? So 3 sets of skills: the technical mechanics, understanding what the heck is going on with the fencing itself, and then being able to manage the competition. The managing the competition is hard to teach in a class. However, the first 2 sets, the technical mechanics and the interpreting fencing actions, there are ways that we can train those in a coordinated and controlled environment. So if you get better at those skill sets, then you can be more comfortable allocating more brain space to the managing the competition. If you know exactly how you're going to be making calls every single time, or exactly how you're going to be working with your assistant judge, then when the big tense stuff happens, you have more mental and emotional capacity to be like, I can step up in this moment and be the official that I need to be.